Hey you guys, and welcome back to another DIY video with me. So today I'm going to show you how I create my dirty rice. But before we get started, make sure you click that subscribe button as well as click the bell to receive notifications. So the first thing you want to do is start off with you some ground beef. So I have ground beef sirloin. It is 90% beef and then 10% fat. So that's a good ratio. You want over medium high, put some extra virgin olive oil in your Old Faithful pot. Go ahead and put your meat down. You want it to get a good char on one side of it, and then you want to go in to break it up. So simply take your wooden spoon, your wooden spatula, go inside, break up the ground beef. As you see, some of it is sticking to the bottom, but that is absolutely fine. That's just some good old flavor that's about to happen, you all. All right, so go ahead and stir it up, break it up, go ahead and let it get brown. Once it get brown, keep breaking it up because it's for dirty rice. So you don't want big chunks of meat, but you don't want it to be too fine. Now, if you use more fat in your ground beef, drain your meat off. But if not, go ahead and simply leave it. I use 10% fat, so I'm just going to simply leave it. You want to take one red bell pepper, one green bell pepper, one stick of celery and one whole onion. Chop it up and go ahead and add it to your ground beef and let that cook down. Put the top on it, put it over medium high heat and let it cook down. You want it to be tender and translucent. Now, if you're not familiar with knowing how your vegetables, if they're fully cooked, look at the color. The color will fade away just a little bit, or just simply take a piece out and test it. If it's soft and if it squishes just a little bit too much, then that means it's overcooked. But if it's soft and tender, that means it's perfect for what you're about to do. And that's just with any meal, you guys, not just with dirty rice, that's with any meal. So I'm simply covering up just a little bit more and then I'm preparing my rice. Now, the ratio to rice, of course, it is 2 cups of water versus 1 cup of your rice. So in this video, I am actually going to use 1.5 cup of rice. And instead of using water, I will be using chicken stock. So I will be using 2.5 cups of chicken stock. So 1.5 cups of water, 2.5 cups of chicken stock. I probably use 2 to 3 cups of chicken stock. But first put your rice in. Go ahead and stir it around in the pot. You want your rice to get a little bit brown. You want it to cook a little bit before you add in your chicken stock. So let it sit there for about 2 to 3 minutes. My video is actually going faster than what I'm really cooking. So it might seem like mine is just sitting in there for a few seconds, but it's absolutely not. So let it sit in there for a few minutes and then go ahead and add in your broth. Now, you don't have to use chicken broth. You can use beef broth. You can use water. It's all depending. Chicken broth brings the flavor. If you don't have chicken broth, but if you have chicken bouillon cubes, do that. Put some water, mix it with your chicken bouillon cubes. Bam, there you go. You have chicken broth. So go ahead and add the water. You do want to make sure the water covers everything up completely, and then do your seasoning to your taste. I use different types of seasoning, my Cajun seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Those are my normal. I do use gumbo file. That's something that I really love. I use it in my gumbos. If you watch any of my other videos, cooking videos, I normally use gumbo file all the time. So season to your tasting, seasoning to your liking. And then, yeah, let it come to a boil. So as you see, I'm just simply adding in more seasonings and then I'm just going to mix it up. To get a good color, try some smoked paprika to get a real good color of your dirty rice. And then I have my Zatarain's blackened seasoning. That's the last thing I use. That comes out, that makes my food come out just a little bit brownish red, like a little burnt color. It's very pretty. It's pretty to the eye as well as beautiful to the taste. But yes, you guys, after you finish seasoning, go ahead and stir this up, bring it to a nice boil, and then you'll have you some beautiful dirty rice. So what I'm probably doing is adding more seasoning. Of course, I'm heavy on the seasoning because I do believe, like I hear people say, if you ain't sneezing in the kitchen, then it ain't seasoned. So yes, I definitely apply that as well. And it comes out perfect. So simply let it come to a boil, stir it around. You may want to add you some bay leaves in. I don't think I did on this recipe. Can't necessarily remember because I actually created this about 4 days ago, But yeah, bring it to a boil and then you'll have you some fire dirty rice. Now, after it's done, this is the look that you're going to have. You guys, don't mess with the rice once it's cooking. Once you see the rice getting fluffy, go ahead and turn off the heat, reduce the heat, and then make you a plate. Look how beautiful this is. You don't want to overcook your rice because you don't want it mushy, but I do thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel, click that bell for notifications, and when I upload a new video, you guys let me know what you'll like for me to cook or make, because I do more than just cooking. I also make things as well, my DIY business. But thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.